Attention, service members, veterans, and military families. Whether you're planning to rank up or transition out, there's a reason to consider post-university to further your education and career goals. Our Post-Eagle program is designed to help you get the most out of your financial benefits. Maximize transfer credit for relevant experience, getting you from enrollment to degree completion as fast as possible. We're here to help you every step of the way with personalized military support. Text military to 474747 to learn more.
Did you become a school professional to help students reach their full potential? This is the same principle that Milton Hershey School was founded on. If you know of a student ages 4 to 15 who would thrive with just a few more opportunities, explore Milton Hershey School. MHS is here to give kids a safe, stable environment so they can be their greatest selves. We combine an incredible education with healthcare and housing, all at no cost to families. To learn more about referring a student, go to mhskids.org/professionals.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
He was really trying to, in my theory, here's one of my theories. Go ahead. Do you want me to stop?
I want to start this show.
Okay.
All right.
Whose device made noise?
Mine. I will fix it.
All right.
And we're back.
Christopher Media. Let's make some noise. From Asthmacore Studios near Detroit, Michigan, it's Unregimented.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What is up?
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Holy shit.
Hopefully you haven't deleted us from your podcast feed and you're catching this completely by surprise.
Yeah, it'll be
Just
like
updating on your phone or
Like,
whatever
what the
device you
fuck?
listen to.
It'd be like a gift, right?
What the fuck is that?
Do we call it 146?
I was going to say, are we volume
Do
1
we just
or
keep
volume
going?
2?
Is this season 2?
Is this Unregimented 2.0?
Unregimented
Episode 1?
Deuce.
I say we just keep going. Fuck it. We just took a long break.
Unregimented Deuce.
Yeah.
Which one would it be? 146?
146.
All right, let's go with that. For
There we
now.
go.
I'm good with that.
It's like an 9 month vacation. We
Yeah.
could have knocked somebody up in that time.
I wouldn't have called that a vacation. What a fucking whirlwind that one was, eh?
I'm Chris.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Jay.
I am Rich.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Like
a
a
little
bad penny, we
hiatus.
turn back up.
Wait, what's the word when you take like extended work leaves?
Hiatus.
Sabbatical?
Sabbatical.
Yeah, sabbatical.
Yeah. It's a sabbatical. I think when we were wrapping up Unregimented last time, I was starting a new job. It's funny, I'm starting a new job as we're starting Unregimented again, but 8 or 9 months later.
Wow.
You know, Ben Carson was going to win the nomination.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Trump was a joke,
And still is.
but not as funny of a joke.
No.
But a joke that only half the people are getting.
It's a holy shit. What are you fucking people doing?
Zika's going to kill us all since then. Zika and
Yeah.
white cops or Donald Trump. One of the three is all going to kill us all within the next year.
Well, I think Zika.
I'll take Zika for 3, please.
Yeah.
I think Zika and Ebola killed about the same amount of people. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's funny. All my friends that are like, they have like, what do you call them? Survival basements, like little panic rooms. They panicked about Ebola. They all panicked about Zika. So,
Yeah.
and surprisingly, they're all Trump supporters too.
Wait, what? You said a basement?
Yeah, like a fallout shelter. Like these are people that have like, you go in their basement and they open up like a fake hole in the. They have a hole in their floor and it's like packed with weapons and ammunition and shit. And they're just like, I'm waiting for the end of the world. And I'm like, dude, you've watched way too many Mad Max movies. Stop, dude.
Well, did they have like a air filtration system at least or something down there? Or are they just planning to wait in the basement and wait for everyone else to die?
They probably got gas masks.
I'm pretty sure that one of them does. I know that more than one of them have like MREs and canned food stocked up and
Good for them, dude.
all that stuff.
So these guys shop at Joe's.
Good for them. If that's what you got a boner for, I mean, good for them.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure one of them has. It's pretty extensive because the joke is when the shit hits the fan, everyone's going over to his house.
Right. Yeah, the joke might be on us. I mean, if we do see a Trump presidency.
Well, he said multiple
We laugh
times.
now at the fallout shelter
I'm not
idea.
laughing. No, I'm not laughing. I never laughed. I said good for them. You know, like, I'm just going to burn with it. Fuck it.
Well, at least Gary Johnson's up to like 11%.
Yeah,
Yeah, what's Jill Stein at?
He's
what,
at
9?
Hey, that is together, isn't that 20?
I'm saying fuck it and going green.
Where do you think those votes are coming from for Johnson, or proposed votes?
Bernie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Bernie, I should say the Bernie supporters who meant it.
But it seems to be Donald that's losing support.
Yeah.
Don't they?
Because he can't shut up.
He doesn't want it. He doesn't fucking want it. But he doesn't want it. He doesn't want to fight. He doesn't. He won't quit. But he doesn't want it.
So do you think every couple of weeks he's like, I can't fucking. Apparently, I can't do the right. You think he's amazed that the things he's getting away with saying and bouncing back from? Like,
no, he's having fun as fuck.
I kicked a baby out of a rally and I gained 3 points.
He's staging springtime for Hitler.
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to say Brewster's Millions, but
yeah, and it doesn't even, and I'm not even talking about like trying to skim campaign funds or anything like that. He's boosting his brand.
Yeah, totally. You know, it's a Trump commercial. That's all it is. And it's not that I hate Donald. I see what he's doing. You know, he knows what he's doing.
Well, so do you find the media to be complicit in this? Do you feel like...
Oh, they're playing right into his hands.
They're playing right in his hands, man.
He does, yeah.
They won't shut up about him.
Yeah.
I mean, they do use still...
Yes, exactly.
Like when I was watching either convention, I was like, this should be the theme song for both of these conventions. Because this is exactly what it's about.
The whole Second Amendment rant that he went on, and everyone said that he was calling for somebody to he was calling for violence against Hillary. Right? That somebody.
That's how people perceive.
So,
yeah, that was some wordsmithing because it's all in how you took it. It's either getting out and voting or it's
all in how it was reported on too. Because the first 5-6 times that I heard it, I heard. Okay, if Hillary gets into office, she picks her judges, there's nothing you can do about it, you're going to lose your weapons. Maybe somebody can do something about it, these Second Amendment people.
Yeah.
That's it, there's some wordsmithing. It's all in how you took it.
Right. If he had wrote that, that was written down, it had been an ellipsis, and you just trailed off.
But he did finish it. He did finish that thought, and the difference to me was the last part of the phrase... It would be a sad day.
Which could go either way.
How would that go either way? It would be a sad day.
It's a sad day if you lose your rights or someone kills Hillary Clinton.
Someone killed the president.
Directly after saying that the Second Amendment people could do something about it.
Well, find the clip. Let's listen to it.
Although that would be a very sad day.
Well, okay.
That's all part of the same thing of if the Second Amendment people... If you believe that what he's saying is that they could all vote in a block against Hillary and put Trump in office and therefore preserve their Second Amendment rights, then what is...
That's kind of how I took it.
But so what is it? A sad day.
But I knew...
That's not a sad day.
It was
a sad day
a dual meaning.
Somebody dies.
It was a dual meaning. I get what you're saying.
I think there's a pretty singular meaning on that, is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I would like to see the entire clip again, but is it pulled?
I believed that he was trying to play with words and trying to have it both ways.
And he's not a smooth
but
character.
fucked it up.
Yeah, he's not a smooth character.
And
he's just having a good old time, man. He's having a good
Can we be honest, though? No one's taking every gun from every citizen in this fucking country.
No, that's not going to happen.
That's not happening. All right? So... First of all, if you believe that, you just...
I don't.
Hillary wants to essentially abolish the Second Amendment. By the way, and if she gets to pick...
Essentially.
If she gets to pick her judges, nothing you can do, folks. Although the Second Amendment people, maybe there is, I don't know. But I'll tell you what, that will be a horrible day.
There you go. A horrible day.
What do you say after that?
That's all I got, man.
Wow.
Now, here you go. If you want to go by response to what he said, look at the people in the background. Look at his own supporters.
Yeah.
You had people zoom in on the crowd, and there's people going, wow, and laughing, and some people just nodding gravely going, yeah, we're going to do something about it.
Right.
So amongst his own supporters, you don't even... no one knows what the fuck he means exactly, and people still support him.
No, you're right. When he says things that can be taken as outrageous, there are people out there that are supporting him because of that, and there's other people that are just like, well, he misspoke or whatever, but, I still believe in his policies and he's still better than Hillary. And they continue to lie to themselves about what this person is really trying to say. He's not clever enough to be subversive with his language and have it both ways. Whatever is on his mind comes out of his mouth.
This is all a wag the dog by the Republicans because they need to fucking spin up their shit a bit.
But the problem is, though, and we've talked about it, and we'll talk about it now, is the middle of the country identifies more with that way of thinking than the coasts do, and that's going to be the problem.
He's got the shoot from the hip attitude of George Bush.
Yeah,
the guy you'd want to have a beer with.
The Midwest, Great Plains, Rust Belt.
I've never
the South. They're love the way he talks.
I've literally never looked at any man and thought about having a beer with them.
No, I don't want to have a beer with the president.
It's implied once you have a friendship or just people that you hang out with, but I've never... hold on.
Come on.
Shopping at Macy's, and I'm like, check it out, over there in the 501. That's the guy
I gotta have a beer with.
I would have a beer with.
Aaron, you never, like, when you were reading Charles Bukowski or, like, Hunter S. Thompson, been like, I'd have a beer with these guys. It'd be cool to party with them. Come on. That's like the only people I'd ever think of. I don't look at politicians and want to party with them. Well,
right. I just smoked a joint with Hunter Thompson.
Tom Ford from Toronto, the mayor that died.
Yeah.
I want to party with him.
Yes.
Dude knew how to party.
Oh, we finally saw the video of him smoking crack. Did you guys check that out?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and he hit that shit like he knew what he was doing.
It doesn't read as well in the transcript. This is two people having parallel conversation. they are talking about two completely different things, right? It's so convincing. There's like no way you could fake what he's doing there.
I said, bro, for me, mirage, they got 5 months.
No, I don't think this is the one. The one I saw, he's got his jacket off, he's got his shirt sleeves rolled up, he's got the pipe in his hand.
He's going to work on that pipe.
And somebody is talking to him off screen.
It's some chick that sounds like she's trying to amp him up, and I'm like, I don't think he needs amped up to hit that pipe. I think he's all for it on his own.
Yeah, see that one up there where he's got his shirt sleeves rolled up?
Dude,
he's got a crack pipe to his mouth.
It's just so great that he addressed the media.
Yeah, that's a pro right there, bro. Wow.
It's been 3 years. How did they kept this thing...
It's right wing. Oh, yeah. Radical fucking guy. Sure. Oh, yeah. What the fuck is...
Why are they chopping it up so much?
Because it's the internet and everyone's a producer. All right. So, yeah, some crack.
You've heard... Come on, you're from Detroit. You've heard somebody on crack rant before.
Oh, yeah.
I know, right?
You've heard one, you've heard them all.
Like, what?
Possibly been in a band with a few.
Where are you right now?
Possibly went through a drive-through with a few. You got to talk to those people. Where the fuck do you think you're at, dude? These people, what are you talking about? When we kind of had, we talked last week, I just have to say on there, really, America, 317 million people in this country, and these are the two best people we think to run the country?
Yes, and Hillary's best strategy right now is talking about how bad Donald Trump is. That's the best she's got.
I don't even know why she's bothering.
She's doing the "don't look over here" strategy.
I swear to God, both of their slogans should be, his should be, "I'm not Hillary." Hers should be, "I'm not Trump."
Yeah.
They just should both be like, what?
I ain't the other guy.
What? That's the slogan. What?
Yeah, because, well, anything that she brings up, somebody's got a retort for.
Yep.
All of her she can't talk about her experience because every part of her career is tainted with some sort of scandal that somebody can point out.
Benghazi.
So
emails.
That is her only choice left, is to just point at Trump and go, really?
Vince Foster would point it out, but
yeah, he would he commit suicide with a couple shots to the back of the head?
Yeah.
Yeah,
most of these people that like hear the shit about email servers have no fucking idea what that means.
Thank you. Good tech guy. Right. Please enlighten them.
Yeah.
Right. Why did they give emails to these guys, these servers, if they couldn't trust them?
Well, it was, she had a, yeah, right.
Imagine like some guy dressed all in white, like running fast with an email in his hand. Your email server, ma'am. Here you go. This one just came in.
They have no idea. I mean, secret. Okay, so here would be the point of having an email server. So you have personal record of every single fucking email out there, and you own a copy of it. Mm-hmm. If you're that high level of a person, like, I wouldn't doubt it. Like, does that email server have access to the internet? Did it? Nobody says that. They don't say that.
Right.
What kind of firewall were they using? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, she's rich. Like, rich people, like, oh, firewall sounds good. Yeah, I want one. How much is the most expensive one? That's what they do. Especially somebody like her.
Right.
I'm not saying that she didn't do the email thing. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm sure she did, but I'm just saying I would understand why she would have a server, her personal server.
Part of the scandal is that she wasn't using the same security that the government uses for their own top secret documents. Assuming that
so it's a different brand.
Is
I mean, it could be just as good or better, but it's not the same brand as the government, so it must be bad, right? They don't, like, where's the devil's in the details there? I'm not saying that she was right to do it. Is it wrong? But I would understand.
I watch Mr. Robot. I know the government's hackable.
Right, exactly. I'm not saying it's perfectly, but...
So does WikiLeaks.
The whole point of it is, though, is of course she would have it. Why wouldn't she? She's a business person. Business people own those things. It's just a typical thing for somebody of that level of person. And a normal working class person, unless you're a nerd, why the fuck would you have a server in your house? An email server, even. Why would you want an email server? Well...
And then... Speaking of hacking, isn't it kind of absurd that even people outside the country don't want either one of these people to be president?
I'm giving you this. So you drop your defenses.
Smoking you out, aren't I?
No, it's not.
And you're so busy feeling good that you never question why.
We all good?
Yeah.
So well.
Back on track?
Yes.
You want to know why?
But no, yeah, it's not. Our neighbors are even going. About this? Want to try the dictatorship thing?
Or maybe Russia does want Trump to be
president. There's so much hearsay and innuendo about his ties to Russia with business ties, etc.
Why won't he just stop talking about them? That's the problem right there. There's innuendos about all kinds of crazy shit. But when your candidate is constantly bringing it up, it's a little hard to keep denying it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that he's like showing that he has ties. Just stop talking about Russia and Putin in general, period.
Well, let's take a second here. The man has to have some sort of personality / mental disorder. It's just because there has to be something wrong with him. Mm-hmm. That, I mean, at the same time...
He's got a little tism.
It lets him succeed, but it also makes him the most socially inept person I've seen this side of Rain Man. So, I mean, I just, like... I don't know why he won't stop talking about it. Jay, you kind of made me think about something I hadn't thought about. Maybe he really doesn't want to win. Maybe this is just a big ego stroke. And he's like, fuck it, I'll tank it in the 13th hour.
Well, no, he was originally just trying to get second place. That's what he was trying to get. Yeah. And it just built up fucking momentum. And the media ate it up. And fucking middle America eats it up. Like he's talking. The thing is, like, if you consider the fact that how many years did he contribute to the Clinton presidency. Like, a lot. And all of a sudden the dude's running for president, and so is Hillary? I mean, that's kind of to me, it kicked off the conspiracy theory bug in my head that, you know, I've read a few things, and I don't know how true they are.
Collusion between candidates?
Exactly. Like this was, and then, well, not only that, but, also you could have a Republican Party who has grown, like, people fucking hate them because they're considered the establishment, or they fucking love them because they're establishment, you know?
Because they are establishment,
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I just, you know, they just aren't strong. And I see they wanted to mix it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, if you get a goofball up on top, right? Like Trump. Because how did this guy win without, like, the Republican base? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was... The Republicans could have stopped that if they really wanted to. You know, if they really
I don't know.
wanted
They're pretty inept.
I kind of went down the rabbit hole of the right wing here
did
recently, and apparently there's this whole alt-right that is throwing their support behind Trump, and basically the alt-right is, you know, the Republicans without the religious shit, and basically working class white men, and we're talking young, we're talking millennials, pissed off because they're marginalized, they feel, in society anymore. They have no right to speak up about anything because they're white. If someone asks for the group's opinion and they raise their hand, they're told to put their hand down and check their privilege. And this is like their way of destroying the Republican Party and rebuilding it in the image they want it rebuilt in.
It is interesting how a lot of the roles seem reversed between the two parties in this election. The type of shit that went down in the Democratic Party to keep Bernie Sanders down and make sure that Hillary gets the nomination is the type of stuff that we have come to expect from Republicans.
I just think this is both parties wanting Hillary Clinton in.
The Republicans are now acting like liberals, where they're arguing with their own points, and they can't get behind one candidate and unify their message.
Do you notice how that was swept under the rug?
Which part?
That whole the emails with talking about collusion against Bernie Sanders.
Right.
That was in the news cycle for like 12 hours, and then it just fucking went away.
And then what about the dude that brought it up and fucking got killed like 48 hours later?
Yeah, which you didn't really hear about.
Not at all. Except for the conspiracy theory fucking websites that I follow, and I hear about that shit and how they twist it, but,
But yeah, it's funny.
Jamie, and you must be looking at some of the same websites, because I hear about. I don't even watch the news anymore.
Like I don't either, man.
Like NBC, CBS.
I can't stomach it.
I don't watch it.
I get the pulp of like left and right, and then make up my own mind.
Yeah,
I mean that's how else
get
can
you
you do
from
it?
A guy who wears a tinfoil hat in Oregon.
Well, I'm not. I haven't gone full Alex Jones yet.
No, well, that's the thing is, like, I'll listen to, like, Alex Jones or whatever, just to listen or whatever, read his shit, and then, like, I'll, like, read the Huffington Post. You know what I mean? And then I'll check BBC, and then, like, come to my own conclusion. Because somewhere in the middle around there is close to the truth.
Well, did you guys notice also, speaking of how the roles are reversed, how... Like that general that got up and spoke at the Democratic convention and was like, "We will hunt you down and we will find you, and this is America and God bless America." And I was like, "Holy shit! This is a Republican type speech at the Democratic, circa 2000, 2004, at the Democratic National Convention." And that's been the slam the right has had on the left forever, is that you're not patriotic. You're not friends of the military. You say you are because you have to, but you're really not. And I'm not, even from Trump, I'm not really hearing any strategy. I'm not hearing strategy to how to deal with like ISIS or anything really. But
no, he's going to kick their fucking ass, dude. That's his strategy.
Yeah, he's like the drunk at the bar whose answer to everything is to pick a fight.
And you get like all the veterans. I mean, wonderful people. Hey, man, like, thank you very much for your service and whatnot. And I mean no disrespect to your service, but they want to kick the shit out of ISIS or whomever the enemy is right now, and they want a president who they think is going to fucking let them do it. And that's it.
Well,
and I didn't live that culture of war, so I don't quite understand it, but hey, man, yeah, if you're pissed off at somebody, fucking A, let's go kick their ass. That's the American way,
I think Trump's got a plan. It starts with identifying the source of the problem.
What, get Hillary elected?
And the source of the problem, he's already done that, actually. He identified the source of the problem as Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton.
Muslims.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And Muslims.
The founders of ISIS.
Yeah. Right. This will be our new national anthem.
This is an opportunity. When he said it, he knew that people were going to try and twist his words, and he made it very clear. He's like, I'm not saying that euphemistically. They are the founders of ISIS.
Yeah, because it has nothing to do with us going, the enemy of our enemy is our friend, and training them and arming them, going over there for a war, and then we don't even ship our shit back. We just leave our fucking instruments of war sitting over there and bring our people home. They get picked up, fixed up, and they get used by people that have been trained by us, by the CIA, it has nothing to do with any of that. It has with Obama and Hillary.
When I first heard it, I kind of went, maybe he's got a point, because I was thinking the same way you are, Rich. But I think he's thinking more directly like, hey, here's some money and some weapons, blow some people up so that we can increase our military budget and blah, blah, blah. He's thinking more directly like they are behind ISIS.
Well, yeah, I took it more of like they pussyfooted around too much over there, and it created it. They fucked it up. That's as he's saying. They fucked it up, right? And they did. They fucked it up. The whole nation rebuilding of a fucking nation that like we took out people, and it fucked the whole system up, and we didn't fix it, and we can't fix it.
Yeah, Saddam Hussein was actually good for over there.
Right, but then why do you blame Obama and Hillary for that?
It's not just them. Like, it's the last, fucking, 4 or 5 presidents?
Yeah, I'm not saying that anyone's done any better since George Bush, but
the Russians got their ass kicked over there, man.
Why wouldn't he be saying that George Bush is the founder of ISIS?
Well, of course he wouldn't. George Bush was Republican.
Yeah. Getting back real quick, and it's still kind of on the military with Trump. The thing that shocked me is that growing up around vets and a VFW, I remember how much hatred and disdain for Clinton there was because he never served.
Yep.
And here you have a vet get up, hand Trump a Purple Heart, and he goes, thanks, I always wanted one. I don't have to do any of the work. And veterans are still sitting there going,
I know,
yay,
dude.
Yay.
I know. I have a hard time talking about veterans in a negative way. I really, really do.
I think a lot of these people, they feel like they're looking at an empty vessel who, they can use for their own purpose.
Yeah.
Here's what I've had to do.
They see one aspect of Trump and say, "Oh, well, we can work with this."
Here's what I've had to do with veterans, the same thing I've had to do with police in probably the last couple of years of my life. Because I understand where you're coming from, Jay. Now I just have to take them on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, I agree with you, yeah.
I support that troop on an individual basis. Yep. That troop's a cool guy. This guy over here, this knuckle-dragging mouth breather, fuck him. Yeah. I don't care that he's a veteran. There's psychopaths in the military, just like there's psychopaths outside the military.
Yeah, I tread lightly on them grounds because
No, I got you.
No, I get what you're saying. No, you're saying it very, you're explaining it very well. And yes, I agree. Yeah.
And speaking of the military, what is the closest tie to the military for either one of these candidates?
I'm sure Trump probably owns some kind of, I'm guessing. I didn't look. There's no proof.
Trump bought a tank once.
No, does he own some property that the military leases or something? I mean, that's a good question.
Just saying, has anyone relatives served or
I don't know.
I mean,
I think they both have more in common with hedge fund
you have
managers.
Big computer screens. I have little phones.
The research takes all the fun out of it.
I know.
Well, this one is kind of, I mean, hopefully we'll go back to the more, we put in our research. This is, I think we're just trying to cover the insanity of the last.
What are we doing?
9 months.
Not just like we as a collective, what the fuck are we doing? Really? I had more hope. And maybe it's just me, maybe because I was dumb and I was idealistic and I was to this day, my right friends still think I'm a bleeding heart liberal. My friends on the left think I'm a jackbooted Nazi. Yeah, same here.
But, which I think means I'm doing something right if I'm pissing both of them off. But, I mean, dude, I find myself unable to, agree with either side because all I hear is the extremes and I'm like, there has to be a middle ground. There has to be a way for us to work together. This cannot be... Look, compromise is part of politics, and we've taken it out. We've made it to where, nope, we don't like you, we're not going to work with you, we're going to stonewall you, fuck you. I mean, we have unwritten rules deciding whether a Supreme Court justice nomination is even going to be talked about. There's no law that says the president in his last year can't appoint or nominate someone for the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's an unwritten rule. Yeah. Well, it's an unwritten rule.
It's unfair.
Well, life isn't fair.
Yeah.
Politicians basically have to fucking tell us that every time something doesn't go our way. Read my lips, no new taxes. Boom, new taxes. Okay, Clinton. I mean, well, life's a lot fairer for Clinton than it is for most people. And Clinton got lucky. Chris and I were talking about this at one point because of the tech bubble. Any president.
Damn.
I was like...
whipping that shit around.
Any president that had been in his position would have killed to have that happen on his watch, and he did nothing to bring that about.
Mm.
But, I mean, it's...
Al Gore might have something to say about it.
Al Gore certainly had more to do with it than he did, yeah.
Well, yeah. But it's just... it's insanity, and I'd hoped that maybe third parties would start getting serious looks from people, but it's the same people I hoped would look at them are now going, it's just throwing away my vote. And I'm like, so you're going to vote, you tell me you hate Trump, but you hate Hillary more or vice versa, and you won't even look at other candidates? Shouldn't this, even if you don't vote for president for a third party, why don't you start looking at your local elections and third parties?
Dude, seriously, the political system needs to be changed so that each nominee of the top three parties, whichever ones they may be, you know what I mean? There has to be some kind of like Jill Stein's got I think it was whatever. 9%,
yeah.
And
Jill Stein has 9.
Jill Stein has 9. And Gary Johnson has 15, coming up to 15, right? Is he close to 15%?
Is he?
Yeah.
Are they going to let him debate if he hits 15?
Well, they're supposed to. But what I'm saying is I think anybody over 5 should have equal amounts of time as every other candidate. You know what I mean? Not about...
Sorry, I was just picturing every human being over 5 years old, getting up and having a chance to talk.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Well, I think something we can all agree on is that you guys brought it up when Trump first announced, everybody had a good laugh, and then the media latched onto it because he gives such good quote. He's such a fucking train wreck. He is the living embodiment of if it bleeds, it leads.
Yeah, they were looking for the Kardashian of politics, and they found it.
Yep. And so, at this point, no matter what happens, and I know this won't happen, at least probably in our lifetime, but
a fucking pedophile too. I mean,
why aren't we looking at the media going, okay, guess what? You fuckers are mostly responsible for this, or just as culpable as his ass for announcing he was going to run because you gave him a platform to speak on. I mean, you're willfully putting someone who, if you ask people in the media, I guarantee you, get them off the record, they're going to say, oh, God, no, he should not be president. And they could be Republicans, and they'll probably say that. But their loyalty is to we need the ratings and we need this, and they're selling out the people in this country for a higher Nielsen rating.
Well, yes, but Nielsen ratings come from the people. It's kind of a chicken or egg thing. They can point the finger at the people. Well, if you didn't like to watch all this garbage, we wouldn't keep making it, because they wouldn't.
If you didn't make this garbage, we wouldn't watch it.
If everyone stopped watching Fox News because they're all idiots, Fox News would change, or they would just go away. One of the two would happen.
I think they should get free airtime, but the free airtime has to only consist of exactly their plan, like their exact plan, like not just rhetoric, like exact plans. Like, this is what I'm going for.
You're for total overhaul of campaign finance.
Exactly. Like the media,
Amen.
the media cannot charge candidates for fucking airtime, but they're required to give each candidate equal amounts of airtime if they're going to do it at all.
They should raise the yearly salary to like $50 million or some ridiculous number. Pay them like any exec would get paid at a huge company.
Yep.
And restrict their budget for advertising or however they choose to get their message out. Absolutely.
Okay, well,
yeah. They can't you gotta be like not a lot of flash. You know what I mean? You could sit in front of an American flag.
By watching it, first thing, thousands of people joined United We Stand America out of Canada. I couldn't figure out why, so I checked. They were mad at
make charts like this guy.
Then I watched the election.
Hey, you get a little infomercial like you got.
Party had 155 seats and the prime minister. There's a message here.
Remember you bought like time after the Cosby Show and shit?
After the dust cleared, they had 2 seats in Parliament, no prime minister.
He fucked it up, man. He was the last viable third-party guy.
Yeah,
and then he went crazy at the end talking about the Republican, the RNC, like, invaded his wedding, and they had, like, pictures of his daughter or some shit, like, he's like, oh, he flamed it you were so close, and right at the end, just flamed out.
Yeah, that
didn't even matter if it was true or not. He just sounded crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, just going back to what you said, Aaron, you said, okay, that the media could always turn it around and say, if you people didn't want this, we wouldn't give it to you. Okay, well, here's my beef with that. We're starting to get into, it seems like a phase in America where no longer is voting with your dollar the bottom line. Like, you have, perfect example, and it's look at the new Ghostbusters movie. Okay, Sony made that movie.
Tanked.
All right, they pushed an agenda and a narrative with that movie.
I didn't see it. I heard it was great.
Against their own audience. They actually had, they were like, we don't care if we piss off our audience for this franchise. We're going to push our agenda. And they actually had the actors and the actresses and the director saying, well, we don't want the basement-dwelling man-babies who think we're ruining their childhood to come to our movie.
Yeah.
And that movie, they shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
They basically burned money to try and prove a point.
Yeah,
Now,
they should have been like, hey, guys, you should come out of your basement and check me out on screen.
I mean, but why hasn't what has been happening to television programming for the last decade happened with news? Because we have more choices than ever when it comes to entertainment and news. And with television, with those choices came a lot fucking better television. There's more good shit out there to watch than ever before. And so the viewers are going away from your network sitcoms and your CSI whatevers and going to watch good shit because it's available. Where's the good news? There's nothing good. There's nothing that isn't biased or slanted on television. There's nothing worth watching at all on there. How is there no media out there to even consume?
That's because you have 4 main corporate conglomerates that own all of the news and information that was given to us, and the smaller companies that come up and try to do it, like Vice got bought out by Murdoch.
Right.
Vice just went from hard-hitting, almost like documentary-style reporting when it first came out to now. I follow them on social media, and it's we went to a porn shoot, or just asinine stuff that has nothing to do with what it used to do.
I stopped following them a while ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, when it got bought out by corporate, see, that's the thing. They don't need to destroy the voices of dissent. They just buy them out.
Just cut them a check.
Yeah, and the sad part is, in our world, especially in our country, we are a capitalistic society. Money rules everything. Everybody wants more. Everybody wants to be well off. Everybody has a price. It's only the crazy idealists that don't. And what we do is we just lock them fucking people up. We find something and we marginalize them. We call them crazy, and we either get people to turn their back on them, or we just lock them up on some bullshit. But I mean, like, okay, even like the Young Turks, I guarantee you they're going to be bought out here soon. And that guy came from MSNBC, got fired from MSNBC because he wouldn't toe the company line. But I guarantee you that the gentleman who started the Young Turks, after he left NBC, he'll have no problem cashing that fat paycheck once the Young Turks starts getting enough subscribers to be a threat to mainstream news. And that's my question. How do you stop that? How do you stop it?
Can't. People got kids, man. People got more. I mean, a lot of that comes from that.
I don't know, but it all seems to go back to you get the media you deserve. How could we have better if what's really pushing this is dollars based on money coming from advertisers who are going off of demographics of people that
buy their products
and agree with what the people on Fox News are saying or whatever other channel, MSNBC.
Well, that's how come I feel.
Well, they got to sell Subarus,
Yeah,
like you guys pretty much
buy them.
You guys pretty much started Unregimented a little bit over 2 years ago, and I'm gonna be honest with you. At a certain point, I was like, people would go, "Well, hey, what do you do or whatever?" And I'd be at work. I have to go do my. I'd say internet radio show because half people would go, "What the fuck's a podcast?" Yeah. They didn't know. Now everybody knows.
Yes.
And then I kind of felt like nerdy about it. Now I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm taking my voice and what little bit of voice I have and trying to do something with it. What the fuck are you doing besides sitting on the sidelines talking shit about everybody that's actually trying to get something done?
Yeah, you're taking action.
Yeah, I think that's you're saying better the point that I was trying to make earlier that
about we get the media we deserve.
Well, yeah, but why isn't there more? It seems like there's not enough voices of dissent out there, though.
Because we're all watching Netflix and playing Pokemon Go.
Or if there are, they can be quelled by money. Hey, shut up. Here's 6 zeros.
Right. Even the most popular podcasts out there are really just tell me a story. Well, that's why people listen to them.
If you look at the top 10 podcasts every week, it's NPR just dominates.
Yeah. Tell me a story that, takes me away from my miserable life for 45 minutes.
Totally guilty of it, man. I'm totally guilty of doing it.
Well, that's what fiction is for.
I did it all day today.
So we're going to start telling stories next week on Unregimented.
No. I'd rather just talk about life and life the way that it is.
The story of how we're all fucked.
You're all
No. Next week we're going to feature the story of how Jay got banned from the Old Miami for the first time.
Oh, dude, that would break my fucking heart, man.
Oh, you've never been? Almost every musician I know has been banned at least once in one of their bands.
Are you kidding me, man? That place fucking loves me.
The only time I ever played there, I barely remember.
Oh, I played there a lot. I love that place.
I was drunk in the middle of the day.
Oh, nice. No, I fucking played there for pretty good sized shows.
Old Miami was
fun shows.
That was the Veterans Bar on Cass.
Cass,
right? Yeah. I hear that whole area is being
It's great.
redone.
Have you ever hung out in the back patio of Old Miami?
Oh, yeah.
That's where I played.
Oh, it's fantastic, man.
It's an outdoor barbecue thing.
Yeah, I played a show there. Our drummer was 19. They wouldn't let him in. No, wait. He was younger than that, actually. I think he might have been under 18, actually, at the time.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no. Did they let him in?
We eventually, we got him to go in for the show, and then he basically got escorted off stage after the show.
Oh, that's
sounds familiar. Happened with a 17-year-old bass player that I was in a band with.
We get sidetracked in the band.
Yeah.
We railed about how we're fucked for a good 45 minutes.
Yeah,
right,
man. Fuck it. Fuck
let's address something here because we're coming back from a long break. And hopefully some people listening are people who have listened in the past. Hopefully there's a lot of people that are just picking this up for the first time and wondering what the fuck is this.
All 10 of you.
So we should explain that after 2 years of Unregimented, we still really don't know what the fuck this is. But
it's us ranting. It's four nerds ranting.
Right. And if we want to get away from the political conversation and talk about bands,
four middle-aged white dudes.
That's what we're going to do.
Four middle-aged white dudes that are pissed off.
This white man's opinion.
Yeah. Yes, this white man's opinion.
I'm not even pissed off anymore. It's like we talked about before. I'm just like the parent that looks at their kid and go, I'm so disappointed in you. That's just how I am anymore. I'm over being pissed.
Yeah, I feel that calm. Like everyone else in the car thinks that we're going to crash into a brick wall, and I'm just thinking, whatever happens, it's not going to be that bad.
Okay, whatever.
We got airbags all around us. We're fine. It's not even my car.
Speaking of cars, we've all gotten new cars since the last time we've been around.
Yeah, literally, true? All four
it's
of
true.
us.
Oh, truck driver.
Yep. What did you get, Rich?
Fusion.
A Fusion? Okay, go with the stats, man. Nice. Give me the year and the blah, blah, blah.
We have to we're not going to go around the table with this.
Shit, yeah, we all got cars.
I'm losing this game.
That's okay.
It's so hard. It's a 2012. I had 22,000 on it when I bought it. Still under the 30,000 mile warranty and in the 100,000 mile powertrain warranty.
Nice.
Pretty much fully loaded. Yeah, and I don't even smoke in the motherfucker. I'll vape, but I won't smoke in it. Like it's my first really adult car.
You got your dad car. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's nice 4-door, so I'm not, ripping the seat out if I got to pull an amp out the back. Got a nice big trunk in case I finally, snap. I'll have plenty of room to lay a couple people. Yeah, and it's wonderful. I don't even get a second look from the cars. I love it.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the big advantage of driving a new car. You're not driving around with a target on your back.
I've stopped driving with one eye in the rearview mirror, yes.
Congratulations. That's fucking awesome.
What did you get, Jay?
Welcome to being white.
It's Chris's turn.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know you got a truck, dude.
Yeah, I had a 2016 Silverado.
Nice truck. Sorry about your penis.
Just wait.
No,
Go get that bitch lifted.
It's black, too, if that tells you anything.
It's got all the Bluetooth doodads and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, I got the big screen, the touch screen.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah, he's like, oh, shit. What's the name of that Tom Cruise movie?
Oh, you know that one?
Oh, yeah, okay.
The one in the future.
Oh, Minority Report?
Yes, thank you. I was going to say it was like Minority Report inside the cockpit.
Nice.
Your turn, Jay.
What did you get, Aaron?
What did I get?
Yeah.
Oh, you saving the best for last?
No, I know. Yeah, I am. I'm narcissistic.
A 97 Ford Escort for $500.
Fuck nice. Yeah, dude. That's
with a engine, a replaced engine that had about 90,000 miles on it.
Okay.
No catalytic converter, but I fashioned a couple pieces of aluminum into a pipe that keeps it quiet enough for my taste.
And how many times have you had to change the brakes on it?
Once.
Did you say it's an Escort? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
You got to put a fucking subwoofer in that thing.
I've been thinking about it. I work at a pawn shop now. I can get some cheap stereo equipment.
Nice.
Nice. I really should. I've locked my keys in the car twice.
Nice. Made me look for my keys. So does it ride nice?
Yeah. It's got, it has no problems.
Sweet.
It is a fairly young soul for being such an old car.
And if, what's nice is if we ever want to go back to feeling like we're kids again, we can all four load into it with way too much band equipment.
Yeah.
And drive around lost looking for the venue.
Nice.
And all share one pinner.
Exactly. Doing roadies and put it under the seat. Put it under the seat.
Yeah.
On a summer day where it's 100 and your legs are sticking to the vinyl interior.
Oh, yeah. And a Chevette like that.
Oh, I had a Chevette.
Did you?
I told everyone it was my vet.
Yeah.
I was like, how come? Yeah. Just, let's take my vet. And they're like, oh, I get it.
Hey,
They called it the Grasshopper. It was my first stick shift.
Nice.
And that thing bucked every time I tried to put it into gear. It was like,
did you go, hey, you did not specify core or sh, all right? I said vet.
Right.
Yeah.
You did the rest.
So I got a 2009 Jeep Wrangler
Jeep
Unlimited.
I'm sitting here with a Jeep owner and a truck owner. What the fuck is going on?
Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. So it's the 4-door. Got the hard top and the soft top. It's got a 4-inch lift, sitting on 30-inch wheel tires. Yeah, it's my midlife crisis vehicle.
I was gonna say, dude, that's like praying to the instead of praying to the altar of jobs, you're praying to the altar of AMC.
Yeah, whatever.
Take that top off and blast some 2 Live Crew.
Actually, Daimler
stereo's great.
Yeah.
Yep. It's got Infinity. It's got a subwoofer in there and shit, so it's not bad.
Yeah, you gotta get the top off and then go get a Terminator X Valley of the Beat Jeeps.
Hell
yeah!
Start bumping that, man.
That'd be badass, dude.
Ride around, go find Wesley Snipes, pick him up.
Rock-a-bye, baby.
No, I got it for trailing with my kids and shit, because like I had my second car. I had it for like 2 years. It was a 2003 Buick Century, and I got it at 23,000 miles, and I had 33,000 miles on it when I sold it. It's like, whatever, I'll get my midlife crisis car. So I did.
Hey, man, you deserve it.
Nah, whatever. It's it's a toy for me and the family. Really.
Did I hear that right? 33,000 miles when you sold it?
Yeah. It's a 2003.
Dude, I'd have been like, who owned this before me? Literally a little old woman from Pasadena who just drove it on the weekends?
Pretty much, man. I only put 10,000 miles on it in 2 years, too. So I like barely drive my second car. So I'm like, why not?
Probably do that in 6 months.
Why not get a fucking toy?
Shit, I thought doing 80,000 in 6 years was good.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That was my uncle's car. He ended up he has Parkinson's, so he ended up giving me the car, and that was awfully awesome of him. And it helped me get my midlife crisis car that I can go trailing with my kids.
Hey,
nice.
Wait a minute. Who else has Parkinson's? Was it Parkinson's? Kurt Gibson?
Kurt Gibson?
Yeah.
Really?
He has Parkinson's, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Or was it Huntington's disease?
No, it's Parkinson's.
Okay.
Yeah,
they kind of crazy.
They caught it fairly early, and I mean it's like Alzheimer's though. All they can really do is slow it down.
What?
So, I'm sorry. Did we slip into Sporgy here for a second?
No, I'm over here doing hand gestures while you're talking. So
we're playing charades. Yeah. What's going on?
No, we had discussed about the 1 hour mark. So before, pardon me, but edit this out. I didn't mean to like interrupt the flow of the show.
Oh,
okay, we're flowing.
See where it goes.
All right,
well, it's all good. I don't know. I just heard that today, and it kind of threw me for a loop. But that's only because he was one of the last athletes that I ever gave a shit about.
Like, who he is?
Him and Alan Trammell.
Pretty much, yeah.
Those are my guys.
Yep.
Well, it's also when we were like kids, and even if you weren't into sports, you couldn't help but hear about it for the most part if you were a kid because of other kids. As an adult, you can isolate yourself from what you don't want to hear about for the most part.
Yeah, and there's only so many things that you could do in general.
Right.
Like, were you going to collect Star Wars or baseball cards?
Right.
What were you going to watch on TV? Were you going to watch Dukes of Hazzard or A-Team or both?
Both. And Knight Rider.
Well, I guess we should... since we covered the political spectrum, we covered our ride situation. Should we cover more of the pop culture situation? Like, Chris said he saw Ghostbusters. I haven't seen it. Jay, I think you said you haven't seen it.
I got nothing on pop culture right now. I got nothing.
Okay.
But go for it. Have a blast.
well, no, it's just because it's like there's Star Wars come out, and I have to say this, if you go back to the episode where we talked about when the trailer first came out and Han goes, Chewie, we're home, I did call it. I said, guys, I think Han dies in this one.
Did you?
Sure as shit he did.
Yeah.
And I mean, there was so much foreshadowing of it coming. I'm like, can we just kill him and get it over with now? But, yeah, anybody see Star Wars? I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Star Wars.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very enjoyable.
Okay,
looked fantastic.
You enjoyed it?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was pretty decent.
I yelled at the screen when he went on the bridge. I said, "What are you doing? He's going to kill you!"
I loved it.
But he knew he was going to kill him.
That's
the thing.
I'm not a Star Trek fan at all, and I loved that first J.J. Abrams Star Trek reboot. I thought that was fantastic, and this is basically the same thing. He gave the same treatment to Star Wars. I'm glad that he's not going to be the sole vision for this franchise.
Yeah, because he didn't do Rogue One, did he?
And he played the perfect role of representing the Star Wars universe to everyone, to let other people build off of with their stories, and that's what we're going to get a lot of. So yeah, I'm excited.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
I guess my only beef with the new Star Wars movie was Rey. And, you got Finn, he picks up the lightsaber, he gets fucked up.
Uh-huh.
Rey picks it up and starts taking down, oh shit, wow, I just had a brain fart. Please.
I wanted to call him Darth Maul.
Yeah, I know. What was his name? Somebody. Save us here.
Adam Driver.
Yeah. There we go. From Girls.
Kylo Ren?
Kylo Ren, thank you. She starts fucking up Kylo Ren.
Yeah, she kept waiting for him to jump on her and hump her really fast. Oh God, I love you so much.
But I mean, he's supposed to be one of the most powerful Jedi/Sith. Period. He stopped a bolt from a laser gun in midair, which we've never seen before. Mm-hmm. And yet she's had no training, picks it up and fucks him up. And my beef was wow. Even Luke got fucked up after basically 1.5 movies of training by Vader.
So she's the ultimate badass? Is that what you're alluding to?
Either that or she's what is it? What do they call her? Mary Sue in fiction, where it's like a character that they introduce and she's just she or he has all the skills they need. There's no build up to it, and it's okay, I get it.
Right.
She's related to the Skywalkers or somebody along those lines. But maybe even Obi-Wan. Maybe Obi-Wan had a little side piece. Who knows? But
you think she's Luke's or Vader's? So I think she's either Luke's daughter or Luke's long-lost sister. With a lot of the foreshadowing that went on with some of the
wait a minute. Who did Vader knock up again? Because Padme's dead.
Unless he froze his sperm.
I don't think he would have either.
I mean, I think it'd be more likely to be Obi-Wan.
Unless he's got his Darth Vader sperm in carbonite somewhere.
He did
have access.
He probably just scraped some skin off himself and freaking had it,
maybe
genetically
she's a clone
manipulated.
Or something like
yeah,
that.
right.
Female clone of Vader. Well, I think it's more likely that Obi-Wan got lonely in the hut, called himself up to ordered himself up a hooker, and then she, 9 months later, popped out Rey. So.
You do make a good point, and I hope somebody's got a decent enough story to explain why she's so naturally proficient with the Force and using a lightsaber.
Because she's
out of nowhere.
Because,
she's a woman.
What we've been shown in the universe so far is even those who are very strong with the Force have to train, and most people are training from a very young age.
Right.
Yeah, I think because Anakin in the first one was he's too old, and Luke was definitely
right.
I mean, Yoda was you're way too old.
Right.
Sorry.
What are you joking?
She had the concentrated Force.
He's you've already had a wet dream. We can't train you in the Force. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just I that kind of irked me because I'm thinking I try not to think this way when I'm watching movies anymore, but I'm okay, is this shoehorned in for some SJW cheap applause? Because, I mean, or are they going to have a legitimate backstory to it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's come from a super Force user or something like that, which is what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. If you're in the hands of a capable writer, then you should be able to say, okay, just stop trying to write the movie for them. I'm sure they've got a plan for whatever the fuck is going on here. It's when you encounter poorly written movies that becomes really aggravating.
I don't think they want to.
How did you not have somebody to just go over this and point out all of these obvious flaws with your continuity?
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, just because I brought it up the other night doesn't mean you got to keep playing that horrible shit. Jesus God.
But even in those cases, there's been enjoyable films. Very poorly reviewed Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad. Both movies I enjoyed. For what they were.
Batman v Superman, dude. I'm trying. I haven't my wife. We started watching, but this is fucking stupid.
Thank you. It's 3 times I've tried now.
It is dumb. It is dumb.
And then she saw the cover and there was like Wonder Woman. And she's like, "Is Wonder Woman in?" I'm like, I would think so if she's on the cover. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet.
Wonder Woman trailer looks amazing.
Yeah.
And that movie is going to kick ass.
Well, I can say this, that I think the DC universe, it better kick ass, because the fanboy chatter is that Suicide Squad was strike 3 for him. And I'm like, and I'm like, okay, that kind of flies in the face of like what you said, Aaron, and a few of my other friends who I know are really into comic books. They're like, I thought it was a fun movie for what it was. We've learned not to expect to go in and expect a verbatim book to screen, translation anymore. So,
but in its tone, and this is part of what I really enjoyed about it, it was actually very true to an experience of reading a late 80s, early 90s Suicide Squad comic by John Ostrander. They were, it didn't really, there was a lot of things that didn't make sense, where people could do things just because that's what the moment called for, like you were describing earlier, Rich. In Suicide Squad, like, how come out of all these people with all these crazy powers, it's Harley who's just insane and kind of good at acrobatics that takes out the villain with the baseball bat? But it's so much fun in the way that it's presented, and it is just a zany-ass movie that you're either just going along for the ride or just don't bother.
All right. That's how I'll take it, because I haven't seen it yet.
Well, and it's also Suicide Squad, I only remember from was it 80 in 86 when they did Legends?
Yeah.
And then they brought in Suicide Squad, I think like book 3, or because it was a 6-issue limited series and all that. That's what I remember them from, because I used to get them confused before that with the Doom Patrol from back in the day in DC. I thought they were the same people, and my dad was like, "No, idiot, they're not." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks, Father Comic Book Nerd. I appreciate the ass whooping you gave me on that one." But so I have really no expectations of it. I just know I tried to watch it, and it was a bootleg copy that maybe somehow ended up magically on my doorstep. I didn't ask for, and I don't know if it was a cut up copy or something, but it just seemed like it jumped. And I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? I felt like I missed 20 minutes of the movie. So I turned it off. It was like, I'll wait for a legit copy.
It's a very sloppy intro. I mean, it comes off as amateurish almost, the way that they just hammer in the exposition just to set the table for the main characters.
Gotcha. Well, it's like, I agree with you about the Star Trek reboot. The first one, I really liked. The second one, I just sat there and I couldn't help but Mystery Science Theater 3000 that movie and just pick it apart. And when the third one come out, I had no expectations whatsoever, and I saw it and I was like, wow, I really enjoyed that. It was I'm glad, because one, Bones has always been my favorite Star Trek character, and they actually gave him something to do in the movie, which I appreciated. But it also felt like they weren't trying to shoehorn in like with Khan in the second one, because on top of that, Abrams was like, no. Mr. Cumberbatch or Bunch or whatever his name is, he's not Khan. Yeah, I know. No. Doctor Strange is not Khan. He's not Khan.
No.
Halfway through the movie, I'm Khan. And
Sherlock
I'm like,
Holmes.
I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, dude, first of all, Ricardo Montalban's spinning in his grave going, I got shit for playing a Mongolian? What about this motherfucker? I'm like, second of all, who didn't see it coming? So the third one I was like, I enjoyed, and yeah, but I went in with no expectations, and I'm hoping that's what happens when I actually watch Suicide Squad, because Batman vs. Superman, I've tried 3 times. I fell asleep. Same thing with Fantastic Four, probably about the 25-30 minute mark each time.
Oh, man, that one's boring. And it's not even a long... Well, it's like 2 hours long, maybe. Doesn't seem that long for a superhero movie these days.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jay, did you ever see the new Mad Max?
Yes.
Okay, what'd you think of that?
Instant classic. Sorry not to answer for you.
I enjoyed it. I don't know, the writing wasn't great, but like the cinematography was fucking pretty fantastic.
What? The fighting wasn't great.
No. Can't can't get on board with it, man.
All right, well, hold on. What is your favorite Mad Max movie?
They didn't do anything drastic storytelling-wise, but they told a nice, tight story with a lot, with very little dialogue. They told the story with the scenes that they filmed.
I'll give you that. I don't know.
Well, out of the first three, not including Fury Road, what's your favorite out of the first three?
I don't even know, man.
Okay.
I don't even know.
Do you got one, Aaron?
I think the best movie out of any of them is Fury Road, hands down.
Oh, I'm talking about out of the first three Mad Max movies, not including Fury Road.
If I was to pick a favorite out of the first three, I don't know. Like,
what the fuck was her name?
All right, refresh me of the title so I don't fuck this all up.
There's Mad Max, there's Mad Max the Road Warrior, and then there's Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Right.
I like.
So Road Warrior is
Road Warrior.
probably my favorite just because that's the one that I watched the most as a kid.
Okay.
Although going back and watching the first Mad Max film as an adult, it's pretty fucking great. And I think I would rather watch that one again than watch
Stink on it, Ike.
than watch the second one.
Okay. Well, it's just I'd read
And number 3 is just pure camp.
Well, I'd read a review that was the theory was if you really liked Fury Road, you were either a Thunderdome was your favorite.
What?
Or hold on, no. This is just the reviewer's theory.
Sure.
Or the first one was your favorite. And I was like, honestly, I would say Thunderdome is my favorite. Granted, I saw Mad Max when I was a kid, but I saw the cut-up TV version. And then I just saw Thunderdome. I didn't see Road Warrior until years after Thunderdome had been out. So maybe the fact that I like Thunderdome the most is colored by that. But
Thunderdome had that, like, Conan the Barbarian feel, you know what I mean? Like, all that, yeah.
Well, to me, I just liked what they fleshed out the world more. Mad Max was like, it's kind of like the old spaghetti westerns. It's, because if you ever watch them, the geography is really fucked up. Like, they're supposed to be in the Old West, but then they're talking about how Arizona is close to New York. You're like, what the fuck? And then you realize you're watching an Italian guy try to make a Western movie. Mad Max, it's like, it's post-apocalyptic, but the whole world hasn't totally collapsed yet, but it's on the verge of it because of lack of water, and I always wanted that world fleshed out more. And I thought Thunderdome fleshed it out a lot better. Like, what are they doing for fuel? Fuel's a finite source, and there's no refineries up and running. Oh, they're using pig shit.
No, that is a good point. You get way more into the human experience. You get the Walking Dead type the side of the zombie apocalypse, and less so the George Romero side.
Because it's
George
almost
Romero kind of did the same thing too.
It's almost like the Road Warrior is almost like just an episodic snapshot of that world. It doesn't really expand upon it, and I think that's what if I had seen it probably before Thunderdome, I'd have been like, yeah, fuck yeah. Because I just watched it a couple weeks ago, and I was like, this movie is. I fucking love Mad Max movies, and I didn't know it until I was this old. Like, I really love this shit. I went out and bought the video game, for fuck's sake.
Video game's pretty fucking fun.
That's what I've been told. I haven't gotten around to it yet. But yeah, and I'm just like, God damn, I just want more Mad Max. And the more I watch Fury Road, the more I'm like, I want Tom Hardy as Mad Max. Like, I love Mel Gibson, but
Tom Hardy as anything, whatever the fuck he wants to do.
As your bottom or your top?
See, I was waiting for it.
Tom Hardy is Barack Obama. And the story of the first black president.
Dick. I was waiting for it. Tom Hardy as Malcolm X.
And we're back.
Just throw some horn rims on him. Just to give him the Plymouth Rock speech. He'll be good to go as Malcolm X. No problem. But, yeah, I don't know. I really didn't realize how much I liked that movie series until I went back and rewatched them all recently. And I'm just like, wow, I hope they make more. I hope George Miller makes more. But he is an old man.
What other movies have you seen recently that you thought were worth watching?
Movies, not much. Television is what
Yeah.
The new HBO miniseries, The Night Of, I think that's the best HBO miniseries since Generation Kill.
Yeah.
Not including the Pacific or Band of Brothers. I think those are.
My lady's been watching that one.
Yeah, I've
been enjoying it. I've been unsure as. I guess I'm not that confident that the writers know what story they're trying to tell, but it's definitely enjoyable.
Well, I know it's based off of a BBC series, and okay. I haven't looked up anything about how the BBC series ends because I don't want to know anything. I want to be completely open to whatever happens.
Right. And they better have some sort of payoff as to why I have to follow the history of John Turturro's character's foot disease, because they are really laying it on thick. I mean, I don't know if they're padding, if they, had a 6-episode story and HBO wouldn't buy it unless it was 10, because there's a lot of John Turturro wrapping his feet up in saran wrap and shit. And I'm just like, why do I give a fuck? Unless he's going to find the killer and like ninja kick the shit out of his face with immaculate feet. Why do I care about any of this?
Look here, man. Eczema is a serious disease, and don't shame people for having it. Okay, I'll get Twitter on your ass.
I understand having like characteristic quirks that will humanize your character, but he already has enough of those. He's already a fucking loser of a lawyer, basically.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are reading way too much the reviews, or not reviews, but episode by episode theories that I'm seeing people put out and I read. People are reading way too much into it. I think they're going to be disappointed like they were with the end of the first season of True Detective. Yeah. Because everyone was waiting for some sort of like supernatural bent and slant to come in, and it just turned out to be hillbillies making meth. So, I mean, all the philosophical ramblings of Rust and all this, and it's just Cletus and Cooter,
What happened to True Detective? That was supposed to be the next great series.
They made one really amazing series, and they made one kind of dud, and it didn't get picked up again, and I think they're done with it.
Wow. Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
That was being called, like, revolutionary shit when it came out.
Yeah. Apparently HBO is not, like, FX. Like, one strike policy is in full effect with HBO.
Well, yeah, I don't know how revolutionary the first series of True Detective was necessarily, but it did make some ballsy choices, and it seemed like every character in the second series was a trope from a different story that they just like, okay, we need the down on his luck, fucked up divorced cop. We need the female cop with something to prove. We need the guy who may or may not be on the side of the enemy. We'll just mix them all together and see what happens.
It lost me at the...
I'm surprised I got that much of it out. I was really like, what was this about again?
Yeah, it lost me after the end of the second episode, beginning of the third episode, when they pulled the tired old, if you haven't seen it by now, spoiler alert, but I mean, it's a year and a half old. Colin Farrell's character appears to get killed at the end of the second episode. And magically, no, he was wearing his bulletproof vest and he's fine at the beginning of the third episode. And I'm like, really? Like, if you're trying to tell an epic story, it'd be more epic to actually kill off one of the main characters like that. And
Walking Dead is really good at that.
Yes. But no, they went for it's all, they went for the equal of it's all a dream. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, it lost me on that. I was like, okay, I'm good. And I just never picked it up from there. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love the fact that HBO and Showtime and channels like that are taking chances. Not everything that they're doing is landing, but Netflix just seems to be fucking killing it.
Knocking it out.
Have you seen any of Stranger Things?
No, you know what? I missed that because
it's phenomenal.
I don't know why, but I decided to watch Sons of Anarchy all the way through.
Oh boy.
I fed that fucking show down my throat, and really? Have anybody seen that show?
I'm certainly aware of it.
It was a good
I don't know if I'm ever going to sit down and watch the whole thing.
It just kind of jumped the shark a couple times.
Not 1 minute have I viewed.
Don't
Not
bother.
30 seconds.
It seems like one of those things where it's constantly having to outdo itself from season to season.
If you binge watch that, it will fucking depress you. Like, you will, like, seriously go into depression.
Yeah, it's like binge watching Rescue Me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Rescue
I
Me.
love Rescue Me.
I love it too, but if you really like binge watch it, you're like, goddamn, are they going to kill everybody that he loves every season? Like, somebody major is either taking themselves out or getting taken out or getting fucked up. Sons of Anarchy, to me, is the male equivalent of True Blood. It's just a fucking soap opera.
Oh, it totally is.
That's all.
I just, like I got...
That's funny that you said that, because that's exactly what I was thinking when Jay was describing it.
I got 4 seasons in, and then I was like, why am I watching this? What the hell? And then it's like, okay, I got nothing else to do on the plane. I'm gonna watch it. I downloaded it because I got it queued up, and it's like I didn't want to search for something else. And it's like, why am I watching this?
It really...
I certainly enjoyed True Blood as well, but that filled the space in me that was left by, like, the OC. the guilty pleasure part.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, I've seen every episode of the OC.
I've never seen one episode. I feel like Chris all of a sudden.
It's okay. You still have your penis, Rich. We know.
No, you're talking to a guy who probably watched every episode of Party of Five. So
we've all got one at least.
House. at least till Nev Campbell left, and
it's
then
Full
I was
House.
Like, oh God, dude, that's horrible.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck it was about that show, dude.
I'm trying to think of the
other.
others.
Me, it was because I was like 8.
It was a succubus to me, man. It was just like
Full House.
Yeah, just for some reason, I just was like, it would be on TV, and I'd be sitting on my couch at my apartment, and like, why am I watching this right now?
At least you didn't say Family Matters.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Urkel, that's my boy. Don't talk shit about Urkel,
dude. Can I do that?
But I have some hope. Speaking of I'm really jumping back here, but we talked about it for a minute. For Rogue One, I saw the trailer, really liked it, and was like, good. I'm glad they're going a little bit dark with this, because I'm kind of over the happy, Star Wars shit. I mean, Episode 3 was supposed to be dark.
I want another Empire Strikes Back.
Exactly. I want every character. I want every character on screen. Not every character. I want all the main characters on screen I at least give somewhat of a fuck about as an adult, and I want them to all be in danger at all times, to where it's like, oh shit, they could kill them off. Because it's a prequel to, it's like kind of Star Wars 3.5.
Well, okay, so this is the team that went on the mission to retrieve the plans for the Death Star that you used to take it down.
When this is what Mon Mothma was talking about.
Don't we already know that this is a suicide mission?
Many Bothans died to get this information. That's what she said.
Right.
So, considering that team looks to be pretty. I mean, I'm not even sure what a Bothan is in fucking. I mean, I know it's a group of people from a planet in the Star Wars universe, but I don't know if I never knew what they looked like. And that seems to be a pretty, spread out team. Like, I think Forrest Whitaker's on it, and you got a couple of Asian people, and you got a British chick, and you got one guy, I think he's, Hispanic, and I don't know if they're all from the same planet. I don't know if they're all from different planets.
Disney definitely put a little of their stink on it.
Well, no, what I'm saying is, like,
Stanked it up.
you in the Star Wars universe,
everything's got to have the small world theory applied to it.
In the Star Wars universe, it's like, the planets are the only thing that. Well, I guess Wookiees come from Kashyyyk, and Hoth is a cold planet. The planets are the ones that aren't diverse. Like, everybody lives with everybody. Aliens, droids, all races live on all these different planets. So that I don't think that's Disneying it up. That's
I know.
That's being pretty true to the source material. At least, I feel so. Believe me, I heard who they picked for Mary Jane for the new Spider-Man, and I've already seen the backlash from it. It's some Disney chick, and apparently I don't know what she is, but she looks like she's Hispanic or something, and people are already losing their minds because they're like, she's a pale redhead in the comic books.
Yeah, man.
Ooh, Hispanic Mary Jane?
Oh, come on.
And this This chick looks like a young Jennifer Lopez.
Marijuana.
Zendaya? I didn't see this.
I don't even know who that is.
I mean, nobody can top Kirsten Dunst for me. She's adorable.
And her weird face.
But
the jacked up teeth.
Fuck it.
That is a fucked up looking girl, man.
Show me a goddamn picture.
She's work hot. I mean, it's honestly what Kirsten Dunst is. If you worked with her, you'd be like, she's hot.
She's like a job site 7 or 9.
Yeah, but
she's perfect. Shut your mouth. I guess I gotta search Zendaya. I can't get a good picture of her. I can't get a bead on this chick yet. Oh yeah, she's really hot.
Do it, man.
She's got great lips. So why can't she be Mary Jane?
Dude, you know the fanboys. They're wanting a pale redhead like the comic book. And she's far from pale. They can always make her hair red. That's no big deal. Fuck, most redheads aren't even natural.
Right.
But, I mean, still.
Motherfucker.
To me, if you're going to have a hot Hispanic chick, let's get one that we know. Let's get Jessica Alba. You know, put a red wig on her. I'd watch the fuck out of that. I'd watch her write a grocery list out. Like, you know what? You want to go old school? Let's get Daisy Fuentes. I'd watch her still write out a grocery list.
Yeah.
This Spider-Man's in high school.
Well, that's the other thing. This is going to be a Spider-Man, and I'm probably going to watch and go, I don't relate to any of this shit.
Yeah.
Because they're putting 3 villains in the movie, which, I mean, to me is like, that's a big red flag. Stop packing villains constantly in the movie.
Are they trying to set up for 3 sequels at once?
I have no idea, dude. And if it's a
trifecta,
at least Marvel has learned from other superhero movies, even the X-Men movies to a certain extent. Even though the X-Men did keep around some villains, stop killing off villains. Like, it's obligatory. We have to kill the villain at the end of the movie. I was waiting for that at the end of The Dark Knight. I was waiting for, them to kill the Joker. And instead they killed Two-Face, and I'm like, boy, if you could go back and re-edit that, which actor would you send? Well, he ain't going to be back for the third movie.
Aaron, have you seen the Killing Joke?
Well, hold on a second. Yeah, we'll get to that. If you're gonna get away with telling a single superhero story with multiple villains, Spider-Man is your guy for that. Some of his best stories was him going up against the Sinister Six. He has a wide cast of supervillains, and they tend to team up a lot. And Spider-Man comics are pretty hectic.
I'm just afraid it's going to be like it was with Rhino and what was that, Amazing Spider-Man 2?
That movie sucked.
He was just in at the beginning. I'm robbing a bank. Spider-Man stops him, and then he's in at the end. And I was like, whoa. And on top of it, it had nothing to do with the Rhino that was in the comic book. It's Paul Giamatti in a mech suit. I was like, am I watching RoboCop? Or what the fuck is this? So, and yes, that movie did suck. Big time. So, I don't know. But you said something about what? The Killing Joke, Jay?
Jay, have you seen it?
I have not seen it yet, but I want to. I did read the graphic novel back in the day.
Absolutely. It's one of my favorites.
I've read it once, so it's mushy. But I do remember I really enjoyed that.
Well, it was a story where the Joker breaks into Commissioner Gordon's house, if I remember correctly. And I don't remember
rapes his daughter, basically.
Yeah, Barbara's there with him. She gets raped. I'm putting in the air quotes because it happens off panel.
Yeah,
she definitely gets shot, though.
It's just the pictures
and is crippled, and that's the reason why she had to give up being Batgirl and then become Oracle.
Yep,
the girl in the wheelchair who was really good with computers.
I think the Joker is a clown penis,
but. Yeah,
it's supposed to. It was affected as all his skin, right?
The Joker continues to torture Commissioner Gordon throughout this. I mean, he has.
See, I'm right.
Commissioner Gordon has to witness all of this happening to his daughter. He basically is on a mission to just destroy this man. And it's a twisted, fucked up story. There's not really a whole lot of Batman in it.
Right.
And it gets criticized now because Batgirl is in it just to be raped and shot, right? She has no agency of her own as a character.
Right.
So now, to make a movie version of this, they said, well, we have to fix this problem. Right?
Yeah, so
and also we need a little bit more Batman. So they created a whole story that precedes the events of what happens in the comic book, right?
Okay. That's what I was going to say.
A little Batgirl solo adventure that involves her having sex with Batman, which completely destroys the agency that you tried to give her character by making her submit to the father figure in her life.
Right. They did that in the movie?
In the movie, that's what they did.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Batgirl.
I wasn't going to tell them all that.
Batgirl fucks Batman.
I wasn't going to tell them all that. I was just going to say they padded the front end with a...
No, I seen a clip of
a
that.
love story.
I seen the clip of that. Like I have read about it, and I have, I kind of stopped reading when it was like a love affair between Batman and Batgirl. I'm like, all right, I'm done. Cool. I don't want to ruin it.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
Okay.
I thought they could have probably explored the obsession of the criminal with her, and if they have to make her have feelings for Batman, just let her have unrequited feelings. And the obsession with the criminal with her, and they could
having a crush on him. I could totally understand. I mean, who fucking wouldn't, right?
Especially,
right, guys.
What teenage girl would be? I mean,
there you go. That's
tall, masculine, rich, chiseled. I mean, he's a dreamboat. Why wouldn't Batgirl be totally goo-goo-eyed over him? But the fact that Batman goes with it.
You think Robin
and
felt
gets a little young strange?
Robin felt that way, didn't he? Yep.
Yeah, Robin was in the corner beating off, using his tears as lube, going, "This is bullshit, Bruce."
Yeah, Robin can watch, but he has to pay.
Yeah. Robin's I'm gonna go find a cash machine. Yeah, I mean. I like
whips out the Batman credit card.
Oh, God.
Got this off of Val Kilmer.
His cod piece folds forward. He just whips it out and just starts cranking it right there. I enjoyed it. I liked that Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill came back. I'm kind of shocked Kevin Conroy didn't read the script and go, "Dude, I'm kind of the gatekeeper of everything animated Batman. What the fuck am I doing with Batgirl here?" Like you brought up. That kind of shocked me, but hey, fuck it. Once again, the paycheck must have been a big one.
Yeah.
Overall, if you like the graphic novel, you'll like at least the second half of it. And I mean, there's plenty of shit out there that is worse than that to spend your time on. So.
All right. Like Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, that time. The last 3 seasons of Dexter. Yeah, all that shit.
Why?
I still have to watch the last 7 episodes of Orange is the New Black.
I've given up on that.
I have too, man.
There's no redeemable character on that show whatsoever. Everyone's fucking horrible. Yeah. And not even in an interesting Oz type way.
No.
It's just God.
Am I watching?
No, I've enjoyed it.
All I know is where I left off is I wonder where they're going with Piper. What are you doing? It doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. It seems dumb.
I'd say the second
Piper's story is dumb.
It's pretty dumb.
Wasn't the second
get better?
The other stories get better.
Well, I mean, her story doesn't get better. It just stays as dumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, wasn't the second season with Ruby Rose in it?
Yeah. No, that's season 3.
Yeah.
Season 3. That's kind of like my weird, almost I feel like I am crushing on Rachel Maddow, but whatever, she's hot, I've seen her. I mean, not Rachel Maddow, but Ruby Rose. But that's kind of the reason I stuck around for season.
Like a John Hinckley situation.
Yeah. Kind of like Hink Dog. Yeah, big time.
Hink Dog.
So, yeah, I'm just wow. I mean, I know she wouldn't give me the time of day, but It's kind of like I had a buddy who was doing some internet radio, and he was like, "Hey, you want to sit in with his band?" He's like, "You want to sit in?" I'm like, "I'm not in the band." He's like, "Dude, you're good. Trust me." I'm like, "All right." And I guess they have a bit they do every week, and it was Rate the Rack, and it was like Mariah Carey, Michelle Rodriguez, and
Ignator,
Gabrielle Union.
Well, Mariah Carey's automatically out for having fake tits.
I was like, yeah, she's got bolt-ons, so she's out. And I'm like, just based on Rack, I went with Michelle Rodriguez, and I pointed out, even though that she would have nothing to do with anyone in here with outdoor plumbing. And half the room did not know that she was gay. They just were like, it was like I just told them there's no Santa Claus. And they were just like,
well, you did.
Were there some fists being shaken towards the heavens? No!
Pretty much. And I was like, sorry, guys. I thought that cat was well out the bag. Sorry. I thought everyone knew
because that's what ruined your chances.
As if any of us, yeah.
Like, this should be a plus.
Damn, there's
this just
another
livens
thing.
the fantasies that you already had.
Meanwhile, the singer/lead guitar player's in the corner like, I sing and play guitar. Of course I had a chance. You know, like, no, you put your ego away. You never really did, bud. It's okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, I thought it was pretty evident when, there was the news stories of her getting busted in Hawaii with her girlfriend.
Who is she anyway?
She's on Lost.
Oh.
She's Resident Evil, the Hispanic chick from Resident Evil.
She was in the Fast and the Furious movies.
She's always like the tough girl. Like short little tough girl. She was in Resident Evil. Yeah, she was one of the merchant, or whatever the fuck they were. God damn it, what the hell is that word? I speak English American.
What's happening over there?
Mercenary. She was one of the mercenaries. Yeah, I did. I totally shorted out. She was a mercenary in Resident Evil. Like,
hey, guys, reach over and plug them for 10 seconds and plug them back in.
I hit the reboot. I hit the reboot button.
I'm going to stick a screwdriver in his butthole. Hold it for
it
for 10 seconds.
That is not my reset button.
Well, if that's the case, he's over 40. He gets reset at least once a year at the doctor's.
Yeah, that's what the doctor's doing.
What do you know?
Holds it down for 30 seconds.
I know.
Oh, you're supposed to go to the doctor for that?
I know.
I thought you went to the Chinese massage parlor for that.
What I know about that, Jay, is I'm 39 and I'm never getting older. That's what I know. How old are you?
Yeah.
What year would I have been born in to be 39? 79. That's it. Sorry, I got early onset Alzheimer's.
Did you hear the story about the kid who died with a plunger up his ass?
No.
Was he under the care of New York City police?
He locked himself in the bathroom, said he was taking a shower. I think he even had the water running, but was in there forever. And his mom got freaked out. And I can't remember if she called the cops first and they broke in, or if she broke in and found him, but yeah, he was trying to ram a plunger handle up his ass.
Oh, okay, hold on. Did he stick it to the wall and it was just backing up?
I think he had it in the toilet and was like riding it.
Oh my god!
But he slipped. It's not funny, guys.
Dude.
Come on now.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
He slipped and impaled himself on this shit and fucking died.
No, you know what's funny? Because he's got the internet to know better.
Yeah, we didn't.
I mean, that's a tragedy. That is a tragedy.
Bill Hicks, we did not lose.
Maybe he wanted to kill himself, and he's just a big Metallica fan.
He rode the lightning.
He rode the Tower of Power all the way to the top.
Man, we're cynical motherfuckers, man.
Dude, hold on.
We're all laughing at this tragedy. That's terrible. It's like laughing at Trump.
Hopefully
that's natural
plastic
selection.
Hopefully it was a plastic handle and he didn't get splinters on the way out. You know, I mean, because
it didn't come out.
If his parents had the old wooden ones, that would you die a horrible impalement death up your ass, plus you have splinters. I mean,
wow, man.
I thought we all learned as kids, don't stick anything up your ass longer than your forearm.
Yours is forearm?
Well, maybe it's the cultural thing. I think we all have our limits.
And we're back.
I am tall.
Hey, man. I go by the Tool song, Shoulder Deep. You know?
Oh, man.
Oh, Christ.
I mean,
all right, hey, Rich, I got to say something, man. Last time we talked, I kind of dissed on the Chili Peppers. I gave them a bit of a chance, and yeah, dude, they're a pretty badass fucking band. They're pretty badass.
No doubt, but I just don't think they can write very good songs.
No, not anytime recently. No. Older shit.
Oh, okay. Well, I figured maybe you'd have been a Hillel fan, like their first couple albums, because it was way more punky. But when you were like, no, I was like, well, then I'm not even going to bring up the John Frusciante era. Fuck it. Like, I already got shot down hard, so. But yeah, hey, that's cool. I mean, I have to say, God, I'm getting old. I actually don't mind the new Chili Pepper song.
It's growing on me. When I first heard it, I didn't like it, but I don't know. It's starting to grow on me. I don't know.
I'm like, it's not as that now. The first album with
just don't listen to the words. You're good.
Well, dude, yeah. Oh, I've said since the first time I ever heard the Chili Peppers, Anthony Kiedis is the weakest link in that band. I mean, that's just. Unless it's about California or not getting high, but he got high again. You know, it's all he sings about. I mean, and let's be honest, his rapping makes Mike Patton look like fucking Talib Kweli or whatever the fuck his name is. So, you know, I mean, it leaves a lot to be desired, but I never listened to that band for the lyrics. And if you listen to By the Way, and you know the backstory on that, John Frusciante went up and was like, Anthony, sit down. I'm going to write all the harmonies and the melodies, and you just write the lyrics. And so, you know, you still hear California every 5 seconds, like it's a Kid Rock song. He's got to say his name every 5 seconds. Right. So, but no, hey, that's cool. I've converted somebody in a roundabout way, I guess. I'm happy.
I gave him another chance, you know. You got to do that. It's like, okay, I totally dissed on them. I'm like, I got to listen to them again because I used to listen to them. I was like, oh, yeah, that's not too bad.
Well, also, I think they suffer from the, oh my God, I've heard this song 10 million times.
It's like Tool. It's a lot like Tool. I used to love Tool. I just, like Pandora, Tool's out of all my stations now. I can't.
Yeah, I definitely have to, my skip button gets used quite a lot.
A band has to grow.
Yeah. Like Clutch. To me, Clutch grew, dude.
Yeah.
Clutch really
I agree.
grew. They're fantastic band.
Yeah, a Shogun named Marcus sounds nothing like their latest album.
No, dude. No. 10,000 no. 10,000 Witnesses, dude. That song's fucking badass. Gravel Road, holy crap, man. That song is amazing.
My only beef with
I
Clutch.
think that's a cover. I think Gravel Road's a cover.
But the thing is, most bands don't benefit from growing or taking chances. I mean, Radiohead could have been Coldplay if they just kept making the same guitar rock over and over again. They chose to go in different directions, and they lost fans, and they gained fans. And
I respect that as a band. I mean, you know, I'm not a Radiohead fan, really, but...
The Benz is a great album. That's my favorite radio.
It is.
But I respect what they do because they're very like Frank Zappa about shit and like free with their music and like, you know, promote that like hey, you like it, here you go.
So I don't know. In this way, like I find this Chili Pepper song interesting because they are. I mean, this is a different direction. This is far different from anything that we heard from the early Chili Peppers.
Well, John Frusciante is pretty much primarily a guitar player who dabbles in bass, and now he's doing electronic music on his own. Josh Klinghoffer, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. He's a drummer originally, who went to bass, who went to piano, who went to guitar. So he's a multi-instrumentalist. He approaches songwriting in a completely different way. And I think you hear it in this song versus the last album, which it just said, we got to do a Chili Peppers album.
Yeah.
Let's do some vaguely funky things and sing about a chick.
Right.
Instead of Danny California, it's Rain Dance Mary this time.
But the thing that made the Chili Peppers great was their rhythm section. And while they still have the same rhythm section, they're not relying on the rhythm section, certainly not on a song like this. And I
don't own the album or the single. It's just growing on me, guys.
Yeah, I don't diss them for taking chances, but they're still not doing stuff that connects with me.
No, definitely not. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
So I read a satire piece that James Hetfield was leaving Metallica to go country and do Hetfield Road or something like that.
I thought it was going to be Hatfield and McCoy's.
Well, they just released their
I know
new
it
song.
was totally a joke.
Oh, okay.
It was totally a joke. Did you hear the new song?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either.
It sounds like here if you want to listen to it.
It sounds like 3 minutes of them trying to go back to thrash with the guitar solos.
Hardwired.
Well, that's okay, dude.
No, that's why I think Rob Trillo, is that how you pronounce the last? He had a say in that.
There's production.
All right. I don't hate it so far.
No. God, Lars sucks.
Wait, I wish I had the video up to show you guys. It's during that part when you're saying God, Lars sucks, and it's just like these really simple stops. They're showing this footage of him just flailing his arms around like he's really doing something.
It's a little less produced, dude.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either.
I like it better than Until It Sleeps.
Yeah. I don't hate it either, and it definitely is going back to their thrash roots. But song-wise, it sounds like a Megadeth song.
It does. It's too produced.
Doesn't it?
It does.
Well, even like the lyrics and everything too.
Yeah, I can hear that. I only heard it once before right now, but yeah, I can hear that definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. Lars, where are you? Like, come on, man. Like, just be rolling that shit. Where are your legs at?
Well, they're moving in the right direction.
The solo better get better, though.
I don't think it is.
No, I doubt it.
That's pretty...
No, that's pretty much the whole song.
Where'd that go?
You forgot to finish your solo.
He just slid out and let, like, the...
Where'd
you
it
forgot
go?
to finish.
Where'd it go?
Wow.
Is this a demo?
Yeah, you forgot to redo that scratch track.
Yeah.
There you are, Lars.
No, I'm calling MIDI on that
Oh,
one.
it's totally MIDI. But there you are, MIDI. There you are, drum machine. Give me that. That's how it should be. Give the fucker some triggers.
Even quantizing that shit, they can't keep up with like what guys in bands like High on Fire or Gojira are doing. Like, there's your competition, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's Lars just hitting the snare. That's it. It's a drum machine on the kick.
Like I said, it's better
fun
than
enough. 3 minutes
Until It Sleeps.
In and out, get it over with. I enjoy a lot of things about it. In general, I'm curious to hear what the rest of the album's going to sound like.
Yeah, I'm curious. It sounded to me like a very shortened version of like Blackened.
It's better than all of Load.
That's just what I thought. And Reload.
Give me fuel. Give me fire. Give me Goodyear's tires.
I think this is another new song, Lords of Summer.
Huh? I don't.
Metallica?
Dude, you could tell me something that's 10 years old and I wouldn't know what the fuck song it was.
I don't know. Let me see here. What do we got?
Black Album's the last time they got any of my money.
Oh no, this was published in 2014 as a new Metallica song. don't know what this is. Yeah, like if this was a bunch of like 15-year-old kids in a garage, would be like, "Hey, these guys are cool."
He's not bad, man. You're like, yeah,
awesome. You got something going there.
Yeah, you're working on it. It's like School of Rock.
This has got to be a demo or something.
Yeah,
so this does not sound.
Do something.
Oh my god!
Whoa!
This is rough.
Okay.
Be exciting.
Really? You couldn't just come in like that?
No, this got to be done. Listen to those vocals.
Yeah. It's a studio version. It's unmixed or something. I don't know. Maybe this shit leaked a while back.
Maybe it's just a horribly produced song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. The other one sounded decent.
It didn't
sound overproduced.
Apparently, they rediscovered that they can do the dididunts on the guitar again.
Hey, look, triplets.
Yeah, I know, right? I had a buddy who was always like, "Hey, I love when Metallica does dididun." What? Okay.
So does everybody. That's how they've made their career.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
I mean, it's cool. It got me at one time. And now I just like a whole lot of dididun. Like faster. Like, you know, way fucking faster.
Dude,
and
the older I get,
who can use a kick drum.
The older I get, the more I realize I'm just not that angry anymore. I can only take that type of stuff for short periods of time.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not that. You know, I'm old, white, and pissed off. But you know, not as pissed off as when you're young, white, and pissed off.
Yeah.
I mean, I even went back and listened to some old punk that I used to love, and I'm like...
Oh, yeah. Like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, first of all, you don't even talk about production with the punk I'm talking about. Makes the Misfits with Danzig back in the day look like, you know, Sgt. Pepper.
Yeah.
Oh, totally,
The production you get with that kind of punk is the mic was in the room. That's all you get.
Exactly.
I don't know. I never really associated listening to metal with anger. No. It was more about power.
Rocking out.
I agree with you. Yeah, it wasn't angry.
You know?
A little bit of Slayer when you're feeling...
Your young white aggression.
Yeah.
But I kind of think of... Well, I don't really think of... Yeah, I don't think of Metallica as angry.
No.
But I definitely think of stuff like early Rollins Band as angry.
They got me into, you know...
Punk, yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Rollins Band is more like just almost hardcore.
Yeah, thank you. That's the better word for it.
Post-DC hardcore.
I'd rather listen to fucking Biohazard than fucking Rollins Band.
No, I definitely associate aggression with anger with violence.
Sorry, it did it again.
What?
You know?
These are the types of drummers that he has to compete with now. Lars needs to step it up.
Play anything Slipknot.
Yeah. I'm not a Slipknot fan, but
I'm
they're
just
definitely
saying.
a band that can do some interesting shit.
Yeah.
It's 20 years old.
Yeah, I can't
believe it. That's angry.
And that's how you do a triplet.
Yeah, man. Turn, yeah.
Shit. Speaking of this type of stuff, did you guys see a picture I posted on Facebook a couple days ago from Buddy Guy's 80th birthday party?
No.
It was Keb Mo, blues guy Keb Mo, Zakk Wylde, Jimmy Vaughn, and Buddy Guy's 80th birthday party. Nice. All with their arms around each other hanging out. And I was just like, that is the most... but how the fuck does Buddy Guy get all four of those guys in the same room at once? Is what I want to know.
He's Buddy fucking Guy.
Cocaine?
Well, I mean, I'm just like,
I got bitches. Come over. That's what he did. I got bitches. Just come on over.
And it was at his bar, Legends in Chicago. So yeah,
bring your guitar.
It's the most tallest shit ever.
It smelled wild. Oh shit! But yeah, I just thought that was just the weirdest picture ever. I'm like, I don't think I've seen like maybe Elvis with Nixon was that type of like. Really, those two things don't really go together,
huh?
Wasn't Nixon one that deputized Elvis? Didn't somebody make Elvis like an honorary cop or something?
Nixon, yes. Made him a DEA agent. He had drugs on him at the time in the White House.
Yep.
That's fucking awesome. Great.
Oh, he loved that shit too, man. He had a big boner about that shit.
Oh, he was all Steven Seagal over it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, totally. Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal. Reality TV Marshal. I'm like, turn this shit off. He ain't chasing nobody. He's just shooting them in the back. Oh, wait a minute. That'd take another 2 hours here.
Let's cut. Let me show you how I can break your elbow in 4 different places.
I can snap your neck and not even move.
That wasn't a very good impression, but, you know. It's more Marlon Brando than it was.
We'll find someone you can impersonate dead on, don't worry.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I think we shot our
that's it for now.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a 2-hour mark.
Do we have an outro of some sort for this?
I usually just would put the theme in the background fading in for the last 30 seconds.
Right.
I could send you that. you put that in there.
I think I have I don't know. Yeah, send me it.
Oh, I can make a little loop and just loop it when we're ready to do it. And yeah, we'll do that for the next time. But for now, I guess...
Kiss my ass.
Yeah, well, thank everybody who's listened. At Unregimented Pod on Twitter. We're on Facebook. I guess we should get Instagram going, huh?
We'll let
you know on Instagram next show.
We need an unregimented Instagram.
We're gonna do this. What? Put these out on Saturdays.
Yeah, listen every Saturday.
Yeah, just do one. Do 2 before and do 1. That's all you get. But yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week.
All right, later, guys.
Later, Rich.
Oh, I thought we were doing the sign off. My bad.
Well, that too.
Oh, no, I'm just an idiot.
Have fun editing that.
Yeah. Sorry there, Aaron.
If you enjoy this show and want more people to know about it, head on over to iTunes, leave a comment, and rate it 5 stars. Make sure you like and share us on Facebook, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Just search for Christopher Media. Thank you in advance for supporting Christopher Media by clicking on the PayPal button and by clicking through to all the sponsors who support ChristopherMedia.net. Most importantly, we would like to take the time to extend an extra special thanks to you. Christopher Media could not exist without your support. Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net, and thank you for listening. Christopher Media. Let's make some noise. Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Hi, friend. It's your home speaking, and I need some favors. Could you turn on some of the lights in the basement? I'm scared of the dark. Also, this one is easy. Could you bundle your home and car insurance with Geico so we could save money? Last thing, just a suggestion. Could you steam clean the carpets? I need a spa day.
Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com today.
Did you become a school professional to help students reach their full potential? This is the same principle that Milton Hershey School was founded on. If you know of a student ages 4 to 15 who would thrive with just a few more opportunities, explore Milton Hershey School. MHS is here to give kids a safe, stable environment so they can be their greatest selves. We combine an incredible education with healthcare and housing, all at no cost to families. To learn more about referring a student, go to mhskids.org/professionals.